Hello from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in San Diego. I'm meteorologist Dan Gregoria, here to discuss a significant Pacific storm event poised to impact Southern California through early next week. Satellite imagery shows a parade of Pacific storms, and they are eyeing Southern California and will impact us here in a big way. So let's take a look here at the highlights. Periods of heavy precipitation are expected Thursday through Monday as those Pacific storms slam on shore. This will produce a flooding risk here, especially with the successive storms saturating the soils. A stronger storm Friday and then especially Sunday and Monday, and we'll be looking at that flood risk during those time periods. And then snowfall in the mountains will really add up over time, it becoming extreme, especially above 7,000 feet. I'll show you those amounts here shortly. Thunderstorms are even possible Thursday, but especially on Friday, and they will be capable of producing strong wind gusts downing trees. Very high surf at the beaches, and that could produce beach erosion and some coastal flooding in those prone areas. Now, to put this event in perspective, this potentially could be the greatest precipitation event here in Southern California since 2010. So here we're looking at model imagery. Tonight and Thursday's one storm system. Here late Thursday we get a break, but then look, Friday, the next storm system. And then a brief break occurs here on Saturday, but then look here upstream, late Saturday, especially Sunday and Monday, we get more precip here in Southern California. So it's wave after wave of that precipitation and just brief periods in between of some breaks. So how much rain are we expecting? This is significant rainfall. Again, could be the greatest rain event here since 2010. At the coast, 2 to 4 inches. The inland valleys, 3 to 6 inches. And then the maximum precipitation amounts here will be along the coastal slopes, 6 to 12 inches, locally higher, and in the high deserts 1 to 3 inches, and the lower deserts, including the Coachella Valley, 1 to 2 inches. And that will produce flooding concerns in time. So how about the snowfall? I mentioned that extreme amounts here, especially above 7,000 feet. We are forecasting over 3 feet of snow for those elevation levels, again above 7,000 feet. But even between 5,500 and 7,000 feet, places like Big Bear, 1 to 3 feet of snow is forecast. And then getting lower in elevation between 4,000 and 5,500 feet, 6 inches to a foot of snow. This will have great impact in those mountainous areas. So if you're driving across any of those highways, definitely know they're going to be snow covered and in a big way. And then another impact of the storm is the ocean and that high surf that will be battering our coastline. Surf could easily get to about 15, 16 feet, producing that beach erosion and potentially localized coastal flooding. And then if you're venturing out on the ocean, we don't advise it at all. It's going to be very treacherous out there. Winds 25 to 35 knots and a swell long period of 12 to 18 feet. Treacherous on our waters here through the weekend and early next week. So the potential impacts this storm system, actually successive storms, will have on the area is that flooding risk, as well as possible from the recent burn scars. There could be the possibility of mud and debris flows, and river flooding could result because of the excessive rain over long periods of time. That flood risk heightens on Friday, but becomes more of a risk here Sunday and Monday as we have that stronger system. And urban areas will be watching out for localized flooding here across the metropolitan areas. Travel disruptions, needless to say, a distinct possibility, not only in the mountains with the snow, but here in the lowlands because of the locally heavy rainfall. And thunderstorms, we're watching not only that lightning risk, but the strong wind risk that could down trees. should these thunderstorms get active here, especially on Friday. And then that very large surf at the beaches that could be really significant, 15 footers crashing ashore. So that's the latest on this significant storm here through early next week. Again, maybe the most precipitation we've seen here in Southern California since 2010. Very good news for the drought, but as you can see, it will have some potential impacts. Visit weather.gov for the latest forecast information. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.